And as a result, like if we come over and look at this vine, we can sort of see that everything from this graft union and 5 feet under our feet where the root system is American rootstock from the American grapevines that were first growing while the continents were all one big continent. And it had been separated from Pinot Noir, which is Vitis vinifera, which, you know, these two grapevine varietals were separated for, I don't know, probably 30 million years. But now we can graft Pinot Noir right onto American rootstock and it still makes one solid vine because it's all related 50 million years ago. So you can take American rootstock from Texas, put Pinot Noir onto it. So the rootstock protects the roots against American root pests like phylloxera and nematodes, and then the top of the plant makes this beautiful 667 clone of Pinot Noir that you see kind of in all the little clusters emerging. You can see most of the shoots have 2 clusters. Each one of these clusters will end up being about 3 to 4 ounces of Pinot Noir fruit. We have a growing tip of the shoot here. So these shoots will stay the same size and just get bigger on the bottom, but the only place that really grows is this here. So this is a perfect system for the grapevine to do exactly what it's meant to do in nature, which is to climb a tree, steal the sunlight from the tree once it gets to the outer boughs of the tree, and then fruit grows on 1-year-old wood in the perfect position for a bird to land on the wood and eat the fruit when it's sweet, go to a different part of the forest, go to the bathroom, leave the seeds intact, and the seeds fall in the forest and begin growing new grapevines. So the seeds fall, the grapevine grows around the trunk of the tree, grows up into the boughs. See these things? Those are tendrils. Tendrils, the only purpose of these is to grab on to a higher part of the tree and grow higher in the tree to steal its sunlight. So a grapevine is a parasite plant to steal sunlight from trees, produce fruit, entice the birds to eat the fruit, so the birds go to a different part of the forest, drop the seeds, and increase the natural.
It's really a parasite.
It is. And it just so happened we found out that serendipitously, on the outer covering of every grape is wax called bloom, and its purpose is to protect the grapes against sunburn. But it just also happens to have a perfect negative charge to attract the positive charge of wine yeast floating through the. So
wow,
it almost makes me believe in God. Almost. I mean, literally, it's like the grapevine not only is a perfect system for attracting birds to eat the fruit and spread it, but it also is a perfect system for attracting the same yeast necessary to turn grapes into wine. Any grapes that you get in nature, you can crush them, leave them, and they'll ferment into alcohol. It's an absolutely just, you know, unique sort of. It is. It's amazing that what's happened, and it's even more amazing that for 10,000 years people have been tending grapevines and working on getting to the point where we have the next miracle, which is this vertical shoot position trellis system, which is an artificial tree with no shade. Now remember I said sometimes a grapevine will grow 15 years around a tree without producing fruit. Because a grapevine grows around the tree, goes to sleep, wakes up, keeps growing, goes to sleep, grows up, you know, dormancy, growth, never producing fruit until 1 year. The shoot goes out into the sunlight. The sunlight hits these dormant buds. These dormant buds become activated to become fruitful. A grapevine will never waste its time producing fruit until it knows there's ample sunlight in the position to ripen the fruit. It needs 12 to 15 leaves per cluster in the sun to ripen. So it'll never waste its time. It'll just keep climbing, never producing fruit until finally a shoot comes into the sunlight, activates, and the next year this will produce fruit and a place for the bird to land, and the fruit being in the perfect position. If you're a bird, you land here, where's your beak? Perfect. I mean, it blows me away what a perfect system a grapevine is for enticing a bird to eat it. So of course we have to net every vine to make sure that the birds don't get our fruit late into the season. So these are all little baby Pinot clusters, and each one will be, like I said, about 1/4 pound to 1/6 pound. So each vine produces about 50 clusters, and we get about 5 to 6 pounds of fruit off every plant. So on average, 2/3 to 3/4 of a bottle per plant. There's 40,000 vines in the vineyard, which means there's about 1 million clusters.